Hello, welcome back to the channel. We got a cool video for you today. We're trying out a bunch of the new Aetherdrift cards. Trent and I both brewed up a deck each that had a decent number of them. In my case, I'm playing 10, 12 if you count lands, and Trent has a bunch in his as well. We did a bit of a different style, and I'd like to get your feedback in the comments about whether or not you like it. We did just open mic the whole time, just chatted. We very occasionally muted to talk about mulligan decisions and occasionally if there was a complicated line, but by and large, we just talked, and we weren't always necessarily talking about exactly what was going on in the game. So let me know if you like this, if this is a style that you prefer. We figured, especially where there are new cards, it would be nice to have kind of an open dialogue and chit-chat, but we'd love to get your feedback as well. So without further ado, let me get into my deck that I'd like to show you. So this is Esper Affinity, and I have kind of been down the rabbit hole recently in terms of Affinity or artifact aggro decks. It's always been something that I've been pretty interested in, and then with the release of Aetherdrift, there were a bunch of cards printed that you can play in the various shells, and I've now well and truly got off the deep end. I've brewed like 5 or 6 different builds of Affinity and different color combinations. So, yeah, I I hope you enjoy this one. There's kind of 4 approaches you can take, in my opinion. I think the green cards are kind of fake. I don't think that you want to be playing the green cards, and I don't think it tends to be worth making changes to your mana base to support them. And up until recently, I think you kind of wanted to be 4 colors. You wanted to play 4 color, no green, and you would just play all of the best cards from all 4 of the colors. And now I think, especially with Aetherdrift, there's enough cards, Aetherdrift and actually some commander sets as well. There's enough cards that you can play the 3 color Affinity decks pretty safely, and you don't have to sacrifice too much in terms of card quality. So that's what I'm doing here. There's Esper and Grixis, which I think tend to be the more controlling mid-rangey builds of Affinity, and then there's Jeskai and Mardu, which I think tend to be the more aggressive builds of Affinity. So I chose to bring a more mid-range core today, but look forward to a video where I talk about all of the different shells, to be honest, because like I said, I've truly gone off the deep end. I have all of them brewed, and I have a lot of thoughts. So what's going on in this deck? What's the basic idea? So one of the things that Affinity gets to do, the big payoff you get for being Affinity, is you get to play Mox Opal, which is a pretty big deal. Mox Opal is an extra Mox that like no one else gets to play, and for you, this can be turned on as early as turn 1 in your really high end draws. More often turn 2, but even a Mox on turn 2 is great. And then the other big payoff you get is Mishra's Workshop. You can accelerate out some big threats way earlier. Obviously, if you play this on turn 1 and you get to use all of the mana in the first 2 turns, I mean, it's just obscene. It generates so much advantage. So those are kind of 2 of the bigger draws, in my opinion, towards being Affinity, aside from the Affinity cards, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. So in this Esper shell, I've got a couple of things going on. You are playing some removal spells in the form of Portable Hole, Swords to Plowshares. You've got a new one from Aetherdrift, Grim Bauble. This is I'm not certain this one is great, but I have it in the deck for now. I've got some hand attack spells in Inquisition, Duress, and Thoughtseize, just to have some level of interaction. And then I don't think it's in the list currently because I'm recording this after we played and I made some small changes to the list, but in the games that I played with Trent, I had Metallic Rebuke in my deck as well as interaction. And then what you're basically looking to do is build a big board and leverage. Either construct tokens are a big thing in this deck. You can make some truly massive construct tokens, or you're looking to generate a lot of card advantage through a variety of ways. So you have cards like Besim, which draw a card every time. The first time you cast a historic spell every turn, this one can really go off. If you can like play this on turn 2 and then play a 0, you draw a card right away. If it sticks around for more than 1 turn, in this deck, it's basically drawing a card every turn. You've got things like Thoughtcast. You've got new Aetherdrift card Voyage Home, which is I think pretty comparable, if not maybe even a little bit better. The fact that you're drawing a third card is really huge. So you've got like those kinds of things to generate card advantage as well. And you've got the One Ring as well, which again, you can typically accelerate out and play earlier. So yeah, so you've got a card advantage engine, you've got removal, and then you're looking to build a big board in a variety of ways. Construct tokens are great. You can also do things like go wide with Saheeli or Sai, making a bunch of Thopters. I'm playing Scorpek Lord in this deck as a kind of a way to buff up those smaller creatures. And then also the Menace on this card is really important. So giving Construct tokens Menace is pretty big. Just making them harder to block is pretty awesome. And then the other way you're winning is there's a kind of a equipment sub-theme in the deck. So obviously cranial plating, a classic, everyone knows this one. And more recently we have Nettle Cyst, but actually you get to play an even more kind of elaborate equipment package in this deck. You get Stoneforge Mystic for free, which is nice. And then you're also playing a new Aetherdrift card, Adaptive Omni Tool. This one's very cool. The fact that it buffs toughness is huge as well. It gives +1/+1 for each artifact you control. And it finds cards, so it's a card advantage card, and it also makes your creatures huge. And then the Aether Spark is another sweet one. It's very good when you find it off of Stoneforge Mystic. It's less good when you're behind and you need to pay 4 mana to cast it. But it's a cool card nonetheless, and I've been pretty impressed with it so far, to be honest. I think this is one that we might seeing play in the format, particularly in Stoneforge Mystic shells. I think the jury is still out as to whether it's playable outside of those shells, but I do think in those shells it's quite good. And then, of course, you've got Skull Clamp, Shadow Spear, some of the classics. These cards are very good and typically are going to end up in most decks that are playing Urza's Saga, which we are. The last thing I guess I'll talk about quickly is the points. It's pretty clean. It's 3 Moxes, Jet, Pearl, Sapphire, and then it is an Urza's Saga, which is down here. So, oh, it's not down here. Well, there is an Urza's Saga in this deck, I assure you. Oh yeah, I pulled it up here to show you. Yes. So, and an Urza's Saga. So, yeah, so that's the points. Pretty clean. You're looking to do kind of fast mana, broken things. You've got a backup plan where you can draw a lot of cards. You've got some interaction, not like a ton. And yeah, I'm really excited about this deck. I'll just quickly review the Aetherdrift cards I'm playing because I'm pretty excited. So we already talked about Adaptive Omni Tool. We talked about Grim Bauble. Perilous Snare, this is an artifact O-ring effect. The max speed, I think, is more or less flavor text, but the fact that this takes away anything and is an artifact, so still counts towards your affinity counts, quite good. Think it makes it worth playing. Mendicant Core, this is again, I think the max speed is probably flavor text on this card, but just being a star 3, where star is the number of artifacts, this card gets really big really quickly, and can be something where I've never turned on the max speed yet, but if you did, it would be very good in this deck. Diversion Unit, a nice tempo card for fighting early, and the ability actually comes up more often than you would think. It's really nice when you're going in for an equip with like a cranial plating or something like that to know that you can defend yourself against a counterspell. That's quite powerful. It also holds the equipment well itself, which is also not nothing. Talked about Voyage Home. This is just like another Thoughtcast effect. Very powerful. Cost 2 a lot of the time in this deck. Gain 3, draw 3 is great. Demonic Junker. Never cast this one yet. Seems like it should be good. If you get to cast it for even 2, it's pretty high value. You don't always have something on your own side that you're going to want to destroy, although it's not impossible. So I don't know. I think this one's good. I want to cast it a few times before I make my final determination. But any card that has affinity and is basically like kind of like Flame Tongue Cavalry Shriekmaw effect is probably good enough. Memory Guardian, just an affinity beater in the air. Flying is a really good keyword. This card's been very impressive. The Aether Spark, talked about it. It's great. And then Guide Light Synergist. This is the one that I'm the least sure of. There is already a version of this card that is a 5 toughness blue-white creature. It's 2 blue-white. This one is easier to cast, which is not nothing, which is why I'm playing it. But this is another one that I could see getting cut for something else in the long term. So yeah, a lot more to talk about with Affinity. I probably will talk about Affinity more in the long term, but this is it. Please let me know how you felt about the games. It's a different style, and we're trying to exactly figure out what people want to see. Don't forget to subscribe, get in the comments. Let us know if you want us to play any other new Aetherdrift cards. Let me know what your favorite Aetherdrift cards are. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to kick it to Trent's deck, and then we'll get into the games.
All right, so the impetus of this deck was, can I make a triple Mox deck that still leverages fast mana from the elves and birds of paradises of the world, but also has a really good suite of unlimited removal and value creatures mixed in with a little bit of lock pieces like Archon of Emeria, etc. So what I came to is this version of Abzan. It's a little more mid-rangey, but still has pretty explosive and fast starts, as you'll probably see in the games to come. Uh, it's playing sort of all of the usual suspects you would see in an Abzan list: Grist, Ijani, Barrow, Goyf, etc. Um, really excited to try Brightglass Gearhulk now and into the future. Um, I think this card is actually really, really powerful if you can cast it. And I love this design because I love the restricted mana cost. I think that makes the card really interesting and unique to include in deck building. I'm running Archon of Emeria. Even though this deck can create a lot of mana and have some pretty explosive turns where you play a couple of creatures, I just think turn 2 Archon is some of the most powerful stuff you can do against combo decks and aggro decks that are looking to play multiple spells in a turn, starting as early as turn 2. And this deck can play pretty well playing one spell a turn, generally speaking. If we go down the list, I'm trying a couple new cards as well, like Gastal Raider. This is a Sin Collector variant that is easier to cast, and I guess technically it can get +1/+1 in Menace, although I don't really foresee that happening. I've also been really interested in playing Deep Cavern Bat and Deep Cavern Bat style effects. So I have the Bat, but I'm also playing Tidehollow Sculler. I didn't include Brain Maggot or any of the other cards of this ilk. I think Deep Cavern Bat and Tidehollow Sculler are pretty strong in comparison to the other ones. I think the gap between them and the Brain Maggots of the world is just pretty wide. You get to play your Esper Sentinels. Emperor Bones is just a generically good card. Mother of Runes, Philia, Palace Jailer. I'm playing a lot of 4-drops because since I'm playing triple Mox, Chrome Mox plus Elves, you do have some very explosive mana starts, and so you need creatures or permanents that reward you for that explosive mana. I'm doing the deck tech after the video, so I will note that there's a point in the video where I talk about how playing Dark Confidant, which is right here, feels free because I'm only running a couple of 4-drops, like 4 or 5 max. But when you look at the deck closer, I actually am playing like 8 4-drops and 2 5-drops. So the Dark Confidant here isn't exactly free, but when I was initially making the deck, I decided that I wanted it to be like more of a Dark Confidant style deck, so lower to the ground, but still had a lot of late game potential. But yeah, this is the creature suite. You'll see White Plume, so that is my 10th point. I'm playing White Plume plus triple Mox. The part of the reason I really like Abzan as a deck is you get access to really, really good disruption and the best removal, and you can have really fast starts with your creatures. So if you look at the sorceries and the instant suite, all of my removal except for Dismember and Fatal Push is like either exiling or it's just full destroying creatures. And then Fatal Push and Dismember go so high up that they're just like, and they're so efficient that you might as well include them. And then for my artifacts, I'm running the 4 Moxen. Skull Clamp and Pre-War Formal Wear, just good targets for Stoneforge Mystic. Trying out the Aether Spark here. I think this card, it looks like it's going to be really good when you're ahead and really bad when you're behind. So I guess you'll see how it plays out. And then the One Ring is another card that I think is really powerful when you have these really fast mana starts. All you need to play turn 2 4-drop is land, elf, and a mox. So I love including One Ring here, although I might not include it in other mid-range lists, depending on how many ways you have to get rid of it. I think because this deck can have really fast mana starts, it's worth including and considering. And then because you're playing triple colors with pretty heavy mana requirements, you can't really afford to play a lot of utility lands. I'm playing Viseju because it's like super efficient, and Caracas because it's quite strong, but you'll notice I'm not playing Takaduma, I'm not playing Igonjo. I'm playing Shifting Woodland as another sort of late game card, and I'm pretty happy to have a bunch of green sources because of how many elves I'm playing. But the rest of this is just regular lands. I'm not playing the Triome, notably, and I think that's because I'm playing 3 Surveil lands, and I find that, generally speaking, unless your mana requirements are really, really stringent, I'm not usually finding the Triome. I'm usually looking for a Surveil land. And then I'm also playing triple of the Horizon lands. So I'm playing Canopy, oh gosh, where is it? I'm playing Canopy, Nurturing Peatland, and the white-black one, which I might have already cut from this after recording. I don't know. I'm playing 2 or 3 of them. That's the deck. The games between Liam were really, really sweet, so excited for you to check them out.
Okay. Getting into game 1 here. I would like to play first. Would like to mulligan this 0 land hand. Oh dear. Would like to mulligan again because I once again have 0 lands.
All right. Welcome back. Liam and I are jamming some Lander post Aetherdrift. His deck has changed considerably. Mine, I've been messing around with an Abzan sort of mid-range deck, and I added 4 new cards, so I'm hoping to see those. If you should have heard them in the deck tech, but if you didn't, it's Bright Glass Gearhulk, Gastal Raider, the Aether Spark, and Web Strike Elite. So let's get going. I mean, I have a Mox hand with a Bowmasters, an Emperor, a turn 2 Sentinel. Like, I'm for sure keeping this. We're never mulliganing.
Okay, clicking the mulligan button again. Oh, and now we've got a good one. Okay, so yeah, this is an easy keep. This is a turn 1 One Ring into turn 2. I'm not sure. I think here I would like to just keep the Razortide Bridge because I want to be able to cast Urza, ideally on turn 3. All right, I'm going to undeafen and chat with Trent here. Hello, I took many mulligans.
You took many mulligan and went to 5. Hello and welcome to Magic the Gathering. Enjoy your stay.
Here's the thing. I have lands in my deck that tap for more mana than 1,
it's like you didn't mulligan at all.
So I did have to mulligan to 5, but I found a pretty good one on 5.
Okay, I also have a good one.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, it wouldn't be fair if only one of us got Moxie.
I need my fast mana too.
Yeah. 100%. If I get Bowmasters here, I'm gonna cry. But here it is.
It's happening.
Yeah. just as, I mean, not Garfield, I guess, but whoever designed, just as whoever designed the Lord of the Rings set intended. Orcish Bowmasters checking the One Ring.
Look, all I'm saying is you promised me some tears, and I'm waiting for them. I'm gonna look at the recording after this. I want to see some waterworks.
Okay. I have actually like a kind of complicated choice already.
I feel like that, like your choices are pretty complicated from this point on. Like knowing that there's a Bowmasters in play, your ring is going to keep ticking your life points down. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And like I obviously have to tap it. Like it's not reasonable to not tap it.
yeah,
But
you have to tap it there for sure. Like you got to get out of your mulligan somehow.
yeah.
It was
Uh
weird because I just telegraphed the Bowmasters, but like it could be like
but
Ophelia or like
yeah,
some other like random flash threat like a containment priest or whatever. So like you can't really play around it.
the context of my hand too was such that like if I don't play around it, it's not great for me.
Totally.
Okay. I gotta play the Sojourner's
Oh,
Companion.
the big boy.
Yeah, at least have a blocker in play.
I mean, this thing's kind of huge. Like
It is. It is cooking. It does like almost die to Bowmaster's triggers if I activate the ring even one more time. So
that's pretty interesting.
yeah, I am under duress for sure, but
This is an interesting decision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, that's for sure the way I want to do it. Let's take 2. Am I getting Force of Will? My 3 mana 3/4? Oh, Liam deafened. I've got him on the ropes. Two mana, 1/1, ping you for 2, make a 3/3. 3 mana 3/4, Force of Will.
no force
All
in this deck. I'm
right.
not. I'm not.
He
Not going
deafens
that
to
far.
Mauled about a 3 mana 3/4. I can see it. Map
I
token.
also deafened
That
because there was cat related
oh,
drama in the
cat
house. I had to go
aggro.
make
Gotcha.
sure everything was okay. Okay, I gotta take my 2 damage from the One Ring. Oh
Take your
god, that is
medicine.
just an ugly draw. Um.
And map
Okay.
tokens might be relevant here. Like they might end up mattering. A lot of the time they don't, but like
No, they could matter for sure.
yeah.
Um. Man, my hand is really awkward. Bowmasters was kind of unreal against what I had going on here. Um.
What is this?
Oh,
Equip
so this
creature
is
gets
new Aetherdrift card. This is a sweet one. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact, and then when it attacks, look at the top 6, put an artifact into play from among them, or into your hand. Sorry, from among
oh
them.
wow. This card's like actually sick.
It's yeah, like definitely very powerful. If there wasn't an Orcish Bowmasters in play, I
You
feel like
could
I'm.
attack.
I think I'm gonna attack anyway. The situation for me is just so
Interesting.
bad that I need to find stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Uh, hmm, yeah, none of these things are super good. Uh,
These discard like having another equipment that makes like any random like bad artifact creature that you have laying around like an actual relevant threat is kind of interesting.
and the thing that I think is pretty good about Omni Tool in particular is that it buffs toughness. Like, so it doesn't just make it so that the creature is dangerous as an attacker, but it also makes them like powerful blockers potentially, and you don't have to just like chuck your creature into the void. Like you don't end up in a situation where you've got like a 2/2 that becomes a 9/2 that just gets blocked and trades for something, but doesn't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
doesn't
That
actually
makes
stick
sense.
around. Now it does cost 3 to equip, so like this is like more of like a late game card. Like I do think the equip cost is meaningful.
Definitely. Like you have
But
to
yeah,
spend
I
your whole
decided I
turn
just
like
had to
playing
attack because
behemoths.
I'm gonna die to this One Ring pretty quickly, and the texture of my hand is such that I don't have enough going on. Basically, you
Yeah.
taking this damage is interesting. I will say.
Yeah, I think I took it because if I hit you for 7 and you take 2 off the ring, then I based on my current hand I have lethal, like if you have nothing else. But then the
Oh,
2
okay.
that's ticking off of the ring is also like a clock for you. And I'm actually not
Yeah.
this worried about I'm not that worried about this 9/9 hitting me. Like if you give it flying or something, then like I guess that's like, you got me, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I think the question here is whether or not I crack this map token.
Mm,
Um
yeah.
I don't. stinks, so I think I'm just gonna play these 2 creatures when the time is right. I also have
When
this
the time
vigilance
is right.
attacker, so I can like block next turn. But I can't block with the Bowmasters, and I think if I block with this 3/3 orc, like that gives you
Yeah.
another turn kind of with the ring anyways. Like I actually think I'm the aggressor here based on the context of my hand. And you'll see
Oh,
right
for
now like
sure.
when I actually like play my 2 cards. Uh Wait, why did I grab Savannah? Whatever, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Like you're
Voice.
just never getting
Interesting.
through this, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you
So I
have to
like
have
have
something
to have
very
a way to
specific.
jump it. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna go down to 5. Draw for my turn.
Did he cook? Is
Man.
it light?
No, but it is interesting. Um, well, it's not a good sign that this has to be my play, but I believe my only recourse that is left is this.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll shoot you for 3.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I had another line. Um,
Also, I think it's worth considering, like, I want to kill you the next turn because I don't want you to search with Urza Saga.
yeah,
Like, not, I don't know what's in your deck, but, like, I've been in too many situations where, like, Saga finds the card that saves them, you know what I mean?
totally, totally, totally.
So I think it's reasonable to just say, like, I want to, like, try and win the game next turn.
Yeah. So the one I drew is actually kind of exciting, but it's not quite good enough. But
Wild, because like I think you actually win this game pretty handily if I don't have exactly
I think
Bowmasters.
that's right. I think I'm beating basically any other card out of your deck that isn't
I can't even
Bowmasters.
like discard spell you on
And
turn
I
one
think
because you
you
play
had to
ring
have it on
turn
turn
one.
1 too. I think you had to have like
I
Mox.
did. I had to have box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Other artifacts get +1/+0 and have menace.
Menace, yes. So like
Menace.
we're close, but we're not
You're
quite
very
there.
close. So you need like this guy plus double removal spell, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you playing like Ornithopter?
No, it's interesting. I talked about it in the deck tech. There's I think now a bunch of ways that you can build a quote unquote affinity. Oh, there it is. Too late. One turn too late.
Would Hole have been enough? I guess if you have another removal spell, it would.
If I had drawn it last turn, I would have been at a much higher life total because I get to hold the Bowmasters, and then like maybe I can go back to trying to play a One Ring game. But yeah, there's a bunch of ways that you can build affinity now. Like I think that there's the aggressive ways are with red cards. So like Jeskai, Mardu, if you want to build like one of those 2 colors.
If you want to go into like if you want to go really deep, you can like sack for 3 goblins with
yeah, you can Kildoltha Rebirth. Yeah,
Kildoltha Rebirths, yeah.
And like people have done well with that. Like there was a red white aggro deck that did pretty well that was like Kildoltha Rebirthing. Okay, let me just triple check that I'm actually dead. There's like I have no outs here, right? I guess I will do this.
Oh, I guess if you hold the Bowmasters, then you're not like Omega dead.
Well, yeah. I'm dying to the One Ring trigger.
Earlier, yeah.
I'll just show you what else was in my hand that made these Bowmasters really awkward.
I love it. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you got this one. Both teams fought hard. Man, what a sick game. I had like maybe the best mulligan to 5 I could have imagined, and then you had the perfect punish for it.
Yeah. Like I had to have it. If I didn't have it, I don't think I could win that game.
Yeah.
Or at least it's like way more challenging. Like I'd have to have like a piece of artifact removal for your creature like at the right time. Like
and then you're trying to grind with the One Ring, which is like very
not where you want to be.
Not where you want to be, yeah. Okay, well, I will take the play and let's talk about some mulligans. Whew. Okay, well that was a tough one. You hate to see it. I'm still chalking that up though as like a good showing from the deck. I lost to like land, Mox, Bowmasters when he needed exactly Bowmasters, and I wouldn't have played that game any different, I don't think, if I could magically go back in time. This hand goes turn 1 Inquisition. It has Fatal Push to clean up any elves, which I kind of suspect are in his deck, given that he looks like mid-rangey. The issue with this hand is that it lacks velocity, but I actually think that I can keep this and play a more controlling game. One thing that I've found, and I was sort of saying at the end of that game, is that yeah, you can be aggressive with Jeskai and Mardu, or you can be controlling with Grixis or Esper. And there's probably somewhere in the middle that you can operate for all of those things too. But for me, at least, what I have found is that that's been the case. And yeah, I think I'm going to try playing a controlling game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep the hand. It's solid. So a lot of the time you don't want to turn 1 Inquisition your opponent because, like, or not, I guess, like, turn 1 discard spell in general, because sometimes you can tag, like, things later that they've drawn that they couldn't necessarily play out. But against Liam's deck, I'm going to Inquisition him right away. I don't think this hand is particularly strong, though, although I'm interested in keeping it for a couple of reasons. I think Philia is, like, pretty reasonable in this matchup. You get to kill Saga tokens and any other type of, like, token that they create. And then I'm actually just interested in figuring out whether or not the Aether Spark is good. I don't think it's good in this matchup, but I'm playing it just to try it out. It's pretty good with Stoneforge. The fact that you can get it off of Stoneforge is pretty hype. I could also just play this turn 1 and then do this turn 2. I don't know. Liam's really fast, which makes me want to ink turn 1.
Hello, sorry, I had a small addendum to add to my mulligan decision.
I also am left-handed.
Ooh, the Aether Spark. More new card spottings.
I don't know how good it is in this matchup. I suspect not that good, but
I think I'm just gonna take your eye. Okay.
That's great, because I was debating whether or not I was going to ink you or play birds, but now I'm just going to play birds.
Yep, very fair.
Oh,
Oh god, he drew a better one. We draw another Mox.
I am playing.
Can we not
birds.
Mox me?
I am playing birds.
Okay, he's birdsing. We're birdsing. We're birdsing.
The birds of paradise.
Okay, this one's gone. This one's gone. This one's gone. Yeah, I was just finishing my anecdote about, like, there's kind of, I think, 4 color combinations that you can play Affinity as, and the ones with red and white tend to be more aggressive. So, like, Jeskai and Mardu, I think you can play, like, more aggressive with, like, Shrapnel Blast and stuff. And then these color combinations, like Esper and Grixis, tend to be more controlling. You wouldn't know anything about playing controlling Grixis Affinity decks, though.
No, I've never been there. Never heard of them.
Yeah, never top-aided multiple Pauper events playing Grixis Affinity.
Yeah, I forget that I've top-aided a couple, because I always forget about the top-8 with the card that I hate. It's like the 2-mana O2 that flies, but every time you play an artifact, gets +3/+0 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember that. I'm also probably not even naming the right stats.
No, I think that's right, though, because I used to have to play that one in this deck. Like that, like, many years ago, like, that was one of the Affinity cards we played, because it just, like, was an artifact creature that did a thing. Okay.
I don't know what it's called. I drew the white source for my...
Oh, that's what you were thinking about.
3/2 other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1 have menace. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, it's fine. The Necron Precon commander deck is like was a nice buff,
like,
too.
Full of good artifact creatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of like fringe playable ones. This is the best one, I think. The +1/+0 and menace is just like, especially when you have a wide board or you have like two constructs or something, all of a sudden when they get menace, it's like, so it's often really backbreaking for combat math.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a pretty interesting decision here. One sec, I'm gonna deafen.
Yeah.
So basically I can either duress Liam and play out Keen-Eyed Curator. I'm giving up a little bit of value from this Mox because I'm not like leveraging the extra mana to play the Aether Spark this turn. And if I do play the Aether Spark this turn, I can flicker Liam's Scorpek Lord, hit Liam for 3. The Aether Spark goes to 8, and then next turn I get to draw 2 cards. And that 2 cards that I draw will let me, most likely will let me use the Mox mana again in a really efficient way that like furthers my advantage in terms of having like actually drawn a Mox. The difficult thing about that is duress, like on this turn specifically, is like pretty good in comparison to what it might be later. Like if Liam plays out like say another land or a Mox and drops his hand, then this duress could end up being pretty weak. I think I'm going to go with the Aether Spark overall though. It's really mana efficient, and I know that I'm going to be drawing extra cards next turn that I could potentially use the mana with. All right, I figured out my line.
You've lined?
I figured it out.
I see. I see.
It honestly, it was difficult to figure out initially, but then I realized I just get to play this new Aetherdrift card.
That's very good.
And this card looks pretty good. Like it's going to 8 here.
Yep. Yeah, and even if I could block, which obviously you can flicker my thing, so I can't. It would still go to 8. Yeah.
Which means at worst I can draw another 5 or draw another 2 cards if I want.
Yep.
So
yeah, my experience, I like I said, I've been playing this deck a little bit, and the Aether Spark is one that I've been very impressed with overall. I think it's a definite winner from the new set.
It also it puts a counter on the creature, which is like, I don't know, incidental counters almost always impress me. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Just getting.
What's this one?
This is Dig Site Engineer, so it's whenever
this card is broken.
Yeah, it's not good in Defelia, unfortunately.
Sure, yeah, but like,
but yes, it is very good. I totally agree. And like here, I'm like not. I could hold back my creature to try and set up like a block, but you could just uptick the Aether Spark again if you want to get another counter.
Yeah, that doesn't
like,
seem very lucrative for you. I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I mean,
just
I
like
am just going to draw 2, but
yeah, and maybe I'm supposed to hold back both creatures because it forces you to take that line if you want to get in again. But I just decided it wasn't worth it to me, and
yeah, I think that's fair.
Need to get some damage through.
It's a non-land permanent, huh? I think I'm just going to do this. I think I'm far enough ahead that I should just...
Yeah.
Thought Monitor.
You get my Saheeli. I just didn't cast it because it just dies to Felia. And the tokens aren't even meaningful. Like the tokens are also going to get Felia. This card is
Felia quite strong. I've been pretty happy with it.
Taken over the game.
Felia plus the Aether Spark is kind of a wombo. Like you remove.
Yeah,
their
you
blocker,
could flicker
so
it if you wanted to.
Well, you could flicker the Aether Spark, but you also just remove their blocker, so you're getting free counters.
Yep. Yep. Curator. One thing I've noticed that's a bit awkward about the Affinity deck is it really enables other people's delirium synergies because you are putting like some of the harder to get types.
Like Tarmogoyfs are always like 5/6s against you.
Yeah, Tarmogoyfs are always massive. Like life is pain, basically.
Life is pain.
Yeah, this is a really hard spot for me. I think I just have to do this, and like this play looks kind of brutal, but I just have nothing going on.
Not doing anything for you.
No, I didn't draw anything great, unfortunately.
What is this card?
This is Basim. It's one of the most horrific arts in the game, but I do like it actually.
I think this card's really good.
It's very good in my deck. Yeah.
Artifacts are historic. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's sweet. I really like Basim. You're hoping to go for the dream play of like you get to Basim and play a 0 on the same turn you play the Basim.
Yes. Yeah. that does sound like the dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't attack there, and I think that was wrong, although I kind of think that we're in garbage time already in this game. I don't know.
You're definitely not
I
killing
don't.
me with damage at this stage, so I don't know if attacking is actually good, because it's like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
might
like
need the
maybe the way
blocker,
I have
but
to
the
win the
3
game.
damage you get is like never gonna matter, right?
For sure, for sure.
Um, this is pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna lead off with this.
Fair enough.
Let's get some cards. I haven't drawn
Yeah.
enough cards. No
Yeah.
land. Yeah. Uh,
Ooh, unlucky.
well, when you have the world, you want more than it all.
Yeah.
This guy's a 2/2. I kind of want him gone. I mean, I'm just gonna press my advantage here.
Yeah.
Just take your last card. I could wait for this, but I think I'm just supposed to do it now.
Oh wow.
Like, just cut off your
Yeah.
draw engine. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you get to push more damage this way too.
yeah, like, I'm pretty happy if you trade with this Keynote Curator for the Scorpic Lord.
Well, you don't even have to. I don't even get the option to trade if you don't want
Oh,
me to
that's
have
right.
it.
I guess I can flicker it. Yeah, which I'm going to do. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't even get any agency if you don't want me to have any.
well, I guess I kind of want to keep this Keen-Eyed because I can level it pretty fast here.
Yeah, like it becomes this a 7/7 pretty quickly.
Probably for
I
like
awkwardly
3 mana, right? Because like I can get Artifact Creature and then 2 others.
Yeah. Yeah. Regrettably, the Aether Spark, by the way, is also a sick one for enabling Delirium. Planeswalker artifact equipment.
Oh my lord!
I mean, that's only 2
Wow.
types because obviously equipment doesn't count. But
Sure.
yeah, it is just 2 types again. I only have 1 Surveil land in this deck. You just like can't afford. Yeah, because I have these in my deck as well.
Because you have the bridges. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, so you're already just playing 3 tap lands. You can't really
fair.
afford to put like tap lands 5 and 6 in your deck. I guess I'm just trying to think if there's even like a sequence of draws. Like if I could stack my deck from this point in the game, is there any way I could win?
Well, I think I'm winning next turn, right? Because I'm gonna make the Keen-Eyed a 7/7 and attack and bounce.
Oh yeah,
all
right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll scoop them up. You want to play?
Yeah, let's keep playing.
Match 2?
That was fast. Like we might as well go.
I
again.
actually think these were like cool show. I mean, that game was a bit more of a steamroll, but I think
first
that
game
in
was
general,
really interesting. I think and I think
Yeah,
it was
I
a
mean,
good
the first
showcase
game-
from your perspective, because if I didn't have the actual nut perfect, like you were for sure winning. Like
yeah, game 1 was like both decks showing what they do really well, and then game 2 was a bit. I think I maybe shouldn't have kept my hand, so I kept Fatal Push, Inquisition, Thought Monitor, 4 lands, none of them artifact lands. I think I just can't keep that. In my head, I was like, I can play a longer game. I can like draw into one of my lands was the Undercity Sewers, so I was like, I can like use the Surveil to like.
It's like preordained. You play it and it fixes your draws. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think I got a little bit too enchanted. I think I probably need to look for something a bit more broken, even against you.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to try and fight on a fair axis when my deck is built to fight on that axis, right? And I think
it's hard to do it when I'm not gonna enable my main synergy too, which is like the artifact stuff, which is like I think was the bigger problem. Like,
yeah, totally.
Okay, welcome back. You might notice that I'm wearing a different sweater. We had some technical issues, so Trent and I are gonna jam our second set of games now. I made one small change to the deck since the last time I played it. I've added Ethersworn Sphinx. This one seems sweet. I don't know. I was doing a search through artifact creatures, and this was one that looked powerful to me, and I wanted to try it. So, editing Liam, coming back to you live from the cutting room floor. I feel like I have to do this every video, which is not ideal. For the second set of games, my Discord audio got messed up. It was using my webcam microphone. So you'll notice there's a little bit less of Trent's POV just because I didn't want to subject you to listening to me sounding like that. But that'll be fixed for the next video, so don't worry about it.
Round 2. Fight. Can't keep that one. can keep this one. I think I'm supposed to get rid of Mana Elf, even though Bristly Bill is kind of underwhelming. I could Chrome Mox, Deathrite Shaman, play Find Hornells, pass, then play Bill, play land. Okay, so I have to get rid of a card here.
Okay, so getting into the game, I lost a die roll. It's good. Finally gonna get to play a game on the draw. Not that I want to be playing a game on the draw, but I've been losing, which is less than ideal. Yeah, this hand looks great. So we get to go turn 1. Maybe just play Blood Fountain, and then turn 2 Patchwork Automaton, turn 3 Terramander, plus Thoughtcast. Yeah, this is great. And especially against what Trent's doing, I think it's gonna be good.
I'm back. Just trying to decide what to get rid of.
I was just saying that I finally managed to get to play a game on the draw. Not because I won, but
that's true. Man, my hand is I think it might be bad, but
I think more Moxes. I'm
mulliganing into
yeah
the dirt. So
yeah,
I'm on 5,
and I'm so medium on Chrome Mox. Like in this situation, you know, it's like genuinely, I think, sort of awkward. Like,
oh, it's very awkward. It is like we have seen it in the past games be quite excellent though. So like I think it's just higher variance. Like
it is, yeah.
If you put it in your deck, you just kind of accept that sometimes this is your fate, right?
I think there's something to be said about the fact that Canadian Highlander tournaments tend to be shorter on the round time side or round number side. And I sort of wonder if we've been biased into more spiky deck building by the fact that, like, we're sort of incentivized to try and spike 5 rounds to make top 8 as opposed to playing out like a 9-round tournament. You know what I mean?
I could totally see that. Or like because you're incentivized to play spikier, you play like lower land counts because
yes, exactly.
It's better to like be mana screwed than mana flooded nowadays. Like
yeah, you'd rather try and operate on 2 mana for an entire game than like if you draw 5 lands, it feels like you can't ever win. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Blood Fountain is so hype.
I really like it. I think it's good. Yeah, this is that kind of card is the sort of thing that Affinity would take basically any number of, like, cheap artifacts that make 2 artifacts. I would take any number.
Yeah, totally. I think it maybe is a little weak here, but just because of the scavenging.
Oh, because of Deathrite Shaman scavenging is?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons that this might not be exactly where you want to.
The good news is, in a deck that cares about affinity as strongly as mine does, like, it's still kind of just like sort of casting a ramp spell in a way, even if these 2 things just sit there. Ooh, snuff. Yeah, that's rough.
I think I'm supposed to stuff here. I'm not actually that worried about this card, but like I get some extra damage in here. I should have attacked with my death ray. Actually I don't get extra damage in now.
Because now you want to.
I'm gonna eat this stuff out, I guess, but
yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. It'll all work out in the end. I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah.
Although you do have 6 cards and I have 1. So
yeah.
I'm putting the sauce on though.
You're doing things though.
Oh, you're doing
the Ethereum Terramander is back.
Things.
Yeah. Gonna do this now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think my sequencing might have been bad there. You do have a Bowmasters, but I think that I'm kind of hoping you're not just like harsh bluffing me and talking about exiling a thing only to eat my land and play Bowmasters.
Oh, sure, yeah, like in our like very casual
fun testing
like,
game.
A fun testing game like between 2 homies. I'm just like just hard bluffing you.
Yeah, just trying to like maximum get me.
It's like maximizing what exactly we don't know, but
Yeah. Equity.
um,
Equity for what? Equity.
some amount of equity.
Duh.
Okay, let's play this one.
Hmm.
Then
The
I
old
will
halfling.
get in for 3. Eat this automaton.
Yep.
I am pretty aggressive here, so you do have like I am asking you the question, like can you deal?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta think about what my next turn looks like.
I
Um
mean, that's the thing with the Chrome Mox is like I am attacking you for a bunch of extra damage because I ramped it out, right? So
mhm,
like
mhm.
Urza's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. That's my
That's
considered
your
opinion.
your expert opinion.
Yes. I
How do you
thought about
feel
it
about
long
this
and
one?
hard. I feel bad about that one,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
um yeah.
Oh my god, you get to
Yeah,
equip
I
it?
get to equip, yeah.
Wow, that's hype.
It turns out there's a above average Magic the Gathering card. Who would have guessed?
This does not look good for me. Okay. I'm kind of like I'm in a really like every creature I want that you have I want dead. And I can't kill any of well, I can kill one of them, but like which do I choose? Um you're so low, but this 6/6 is like totally harshing my style. Even if I kill the 6/6, I guess like
Oh, I wonder what
I
your
can't
removal
even
spell
grow
is.
scavenging ooze. Like, oh my god. Whatever. I think I have to. I just need to try and tempo you. I think
Oh, am I getting
uh,
swords? Pathed,
it's
maybe?
path. Yeah, I'm just trying to
Oh,
figure out what. It's tough because like if I like muck your construct, that's the biggest thing on the board right now.
yeah.
But your Terramander is going to end up being big. I think I'm basically just like on. I'm going to draw another removal spell and just
Yeah.
continue the pressure.
Yeah, like your plan just has to be continue to draw removal.
Yeah, like I guess my best plan here is like oh I can't even pay for jailer.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
yeah,
be looking
you'd
stone.
have to draw a jailer. A jailer, yeah, yeah, you
Hmm.
because you had to eat my land.
Yeah.
If you
Because
draw
like if I
another
draw
removal
another,
spell,
then I can like remove your guy that you equip Shadow Sphere to, and then start eating my cards and like maybe get there.
yeah. Ooh, this is a card that I am pretty interested in. I've got a new Aetherdrift card to show off, and I think it's actually like surprisingly decent here.
I think that card's really good.
Well, it's
Like
cool. Yeah,
sorry, it fights for the emblems super well too, right?
fights for emblems, and I think it's a really potent kind of like early fighter, like where I guess I'm just gonna yeah, I guess gotta make sure I don't accidentally tap my construct. That would be oh whoops. I'm gonna tap my Mistvault Bridge for blue with Urza instead of just tapping it for mana like it because it's a land. I've had it come up a couple of spots though where it's basically just like 3 mana leak and instant or sorcery, but like the fact that it also gets to be part of your like attacking and blocking plan is nice. Like it carries the it carries the um equipment in this deck really well, which I think is nice.
Yeah, totally. I was just gonna say like if you put a cranial plating on that thing, like
It's very scary.
you can win in like just a couple turns.
Yeah, this deck really likes
Uh
flyers.
huh. This is pretty interesting. Uh I guess I'm gonna do this and
Wrist, hey. Oh, I
so
can't.
I'm not like full dead.
Yeah, I can't diversion unit that one.
That's true. It is a creature. We gotta get rid of this halfling.
Yep.
But I do get to start gaining some life.
Yeah, you get to start scoozing it up.
Death right, baby. Gain 2. I could have attacked with Scoos there, but I actually think that's kind of bad. Because your Urza attacks for 2 now. I'm really glad I didn't attack with Scoos.
Yeah, yeah. The Screws attack would have ended sketchily.
Wait, now I have 2 creatures in my graveyard.
Yeah.
Time to be alive.
I'm hoping that's not going to end up mattering. Also, I'm going to fight you for them.
Now I have to actually like make
You have
a
to decide
decision.
what you're doing now, yeah.
Well, I want this Death Ray as a blocker, so I guess I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're going to Screws something. Yeah. Yep.
Getting to play Lion Sash is sick because you get to play what Stoneforge, Shadow Sphere, Lion Sash, Aether Spark.
The
like,
equipment package is really nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
I'm trying to work out if you're dead.
What?
So diversion unit attacks for 2, plus Shadow Spear is 3, plus Steel Overseer is 4, plus Lion Sash equip is 5, plus Eat Something is 6. But there's only 1 permanent. You're close. And then yeah,
Well,
I
and
think
then
you're
you can
just
attack with your 3/1 power.
yeah, I
creature, too.
think this is enough, right? Oh, okay. I need to sequence like this because by tapping Overseer
Then
before
your
Lion Sash gets an extra.
bigger.
Yeah.
Oh wow! What a combo!
It's huge. Urza just making like infinite mana basically is very strong too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've definitely lost to Urza and Cube before, where your opponent's making just like so much free mana over the course of a couple turns.
Yeah.
It's really overwhelming. I'm not dead. I'm at 1, right?
Oh yeah. No, I miscounted, hey? Oh, I think in my head I was going to be able to make 1 more. Oh yeah, okay. Well,
I mean,
bit awkward, but here we are.
You don't have to attack with everything. Yeah, you might as well.
I'm just gonna put you to 2 and go to 20, and I would have played slightly differently, but I'm hoping it's not going to end up mattering.
It did not.
Excellent. I finally.
There are some games you can come back from, but
yeah. I mean, you were on 5 there, right?
Pretty convincingly, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was on 6.
You were on 6, right? And then the Chromox,
like
you were
I
saying.
kept a Chromox, but like that's what you sign up for. But
Totally.
yeah, like I had an early start, but you stabilized really, really hard. Like, and I think that for me, like one of the coolest moments of that game was after you played Urza, I wanted to kill all 3 of your creatures.
Yeah, you were like, Construct is bad, Urza is bad, and Ethereum Terramander is bad. But I think you made the right choice, because if Terramander just grows the next turn,
it's like actually unbeatable. Whereas I can maybe beat Urza and the token. Yeah. It I think if you're constantly putting your opponent in those types of positions, that's like definitely where you want to be if you're in this type of like archetype, you know?
Yeah, you want to be putting people to the test for sure. Ooh.
Definitely.
Okay, I gotta talk about my mulligan here.
Yeah, so I can't keep this hand, although I am a fan of it. Although Oppo Agent and Gastal Raider are actually not at their best in this matchup, but I really like Confidant, Barragoyf, and Tarmogoyf. We still have to mulligan. This hand's pretty solid. I'll get rid of the Overgrown Tomb. We're going first, so I'll lead on Backstreet, and then I'll play Confidant, and hopefully the Confidant can like ride me to enough card advantage where I get to take the W. Although none of these draws particularly as broken as my earlier draws, so you know, we're seeing both halves of the coin, as it were.
This is a weird one. So this hand is a little bit slow, and I'm on the draw, but I can go turn 1, bridge, turn 2. I get to cast Inquisition. Trent went to 6 as well, and play probably Seed of the Synod just to maximize my artifact count. Then turn 3, I can go Seachrome Coast, cycle for artifact land, Turn 4, play the One Ring and have Sphinx going. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan and look for something more explosive. That what I just described is kind of slow, and what Trent has done in these games has not been super slow. Like that plan probably just gets run over by the draw he had last game, for example. The ring is a really good stabilizer, and getting to go ring into the Sphinx seems good. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Hello, you went to 6. I had to think about mine for a while.
I did go to 6, but I am leading with a Surveil land.
Oh, you cast Preordain with your land.
It's
Excellent.
basically Preordain, yeah. And if your Preordains are like demonic tutors, then you know, Quad Erat Demonstrandum, Shadowy Backstreet is demonic tutor.
Not bad Latin. Not bad Latin.
That which will be shown.
Yep.
All right. I think I've played this in like 3 of our matches.
Oh my god, yeah. I think only one of them's on camera though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think you did have a sick Bob game against me though. True. Okay.
I don't know. I think our confidant might be back. Although if you Bowmasters me here, I'm gonna like instantly cut him from
I will say, like, I was looking at my Bowmasters into your double. Oh my god, I'm probably getting this Felia out of here. This card was so broken last time we played. Yeah. Like,
it doesn't look broken, but it just like kind of does it all.
Yeah. It doesn't look broken until it like makes blocking impossible, flickers things for value, like grows their creatures.
Wow, I hit a land off of Bob, and then I drew a spell. What a time to be alive.
Oh my god.
Judge.
It's too good. Somebody stop this madman.
Check his deck.
Check the Moto Shuffler.
Yeah. I kept a hand that I acknowledged was maybe slow, and who knows? I might get punished. I think
hands with 2 artifact lands have to be like really compelling.
That's
right?
Yes. You have precisely identified the thing that made me interested in this hand. Is that just having a sort of like density of free artifacts is pretty sick when your deck is full of affinity cards.
Totally.
But we'll see. I don't know. It could still backfire.
Goodbye, good dog.
We scoozin'.
We're scoozin'.
Miss Scoozy.
We're confidanting. Wait. Oh wow!
Oh my
I just
god!
landed a spell again.
This guy's too good. At least you're taking damage off of your lands.
When we look at this VOD, like when you see this, you're gonna be like, "Wow." I'm not saying that I drew a land.
Oh hell yeah! Break Glass Gear Hulk. This is sick. This is my preview card. The one that I stumped for. I think this card's really good. It's shown to be good in Modern already. Definitely...
I think this card's actually like. Well, also, there are a bunch of ones that you can get that are just broken.
Yeah. The one drops are all like quite good.
Skull Clamp against you.
Yep.
And I have Scavenging Ooze in play.
2, 3, 4.
If you kill any of my creatures, I'm just like.
Yeah, you're just content with that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the ring.
Yeah.
All right.
We won ringing. Okay. I'm doing things. It remains to be seen whether we're both kind of like assembling our value engines at maximum speed. Oh, he finally took damage, but it's from a card that you're probably pretty happy to have drawn.
Card that's like really, really good. Yeah. Let's see here. I guess I want to ascend if I can. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I ascend just by playing 2 cards, so...
Yeah, not hard for you to get the city's blessing. The city looks favorably upon you. Which city? We're not sure, but some city.
Ascending just seems really good, because, like, once this one ring is gone... Actually, wait. I can ascend and Oh, I can't gain life this turn though.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, I could.
You could scoos, right, to gain life?
Well, so I could play the Skull Clamp, eat my Dark Confidant, draw 2, use my Dark Confidant
And then hope
to
to hit
get.
white spell, or maybe you have white spell to cast.
Well, no, then my Ocelot Pride will just start making copies.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Which maybe that's good enough. Like, do I need the card advantage from this Confidant anymore? Like, maybe I'm just supposed to like make a super wide board with Skull Clamp and just like start.
Just try to card me.
Wait, if I'm Ocelot Priding, then Skull Clamp is actually better than Dark Confidant, anyways.
It definitely is. Also, the skull clamp art you have is
It's
it's a bit gnarly. Like I like 40k, but the servitor skull clamp is or servo skull clamp is a bit.
to each their own. I'm like, if people like this, that's their prerogative. But
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan. I really like the little needle.
Yeah,
Like,
the OG art is just so cool.
yeah, it's super solid. Okay, now I eat a card.
Man, this game is actually
And I
sick.
This game is sick. Kill my own confidant to gain life.
Yeah, to enable Ocelot Pride.
So I think I'm supposed to march one of your lands.
Oh, sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave the ring in play?
I think I have to.
Hmm.
Like, if I was gonna kill the ring, I needed to kill it
Sooner.
like before I played this Ocelot Pride, etc. But I actually think with the pressure I have,
Mhm.
I'm pretty confident leaving the ring around.
Makes
Plus,
sense.
it's only an extra 2 cards for you, and I think cutting off mana is better here since I'm so far ahead.
Yep. I like that rationale. The Ocelots.
And no matter how many cards you draw off the ring, I'm gonna be drawing more than you if I want, right? Because of Skull Clamp.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on if you're like.
I have a hand that also draws a lot of cards. I wasn't expecting you to assemble an engine that could rival mine, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the Skier Hulk is good though.
It looks very good. Although I also wasn't planning to get a land destroyed, which I should be because I'm playing Affinity, and that's sort of your lot in life as an Affinity player.
Oh yeah.
Lands go bye bye.
I mean, at least people aren't even playing Night of Autumn that much anymore. So like,
I guess
you're in a little bit of a better place.
Guess let's start with some One Ring draws.
You got it.
Okay, nice. I'm rewarded for taking my time.
Nice.
Yes. Now I get to go cuckoo bananas.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then I can do. Oh, I can't quite do it all, can I?
Possible I'm supposed to kill the ring because like I don't kill you as fast, but also then I just outcard you for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it. Okay.
So enticing to 1-mana Stone Rain someone while also getting Ascend for your Ocelot Pride and like developing a Skull Clamp engine,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sphinxing.
Wait, did you add it? You got
Yeah, I added it in between games.
Yeah,
Mox
yeah.
Opal, disappointing. Low roll.
Still good, but not
still good, but
not
probably not what we were looking for in this particular spot, but oh wait. Oh crap. Did I stop in time? I did not. I could have attacked you with Smuggler's Copter. That's annoying. That could actually end up mattering kind of a lot. Because I'm currently threatening 10 in the air next turn. Which... Whoops.
Strike.
I deafened myself by accident while I was trying to F5. I'm threatening 10 in the air next turn, so like getting in with the Smuggler's Copter here would have actually been kind of important.
Oh, I see. That's what...
Yeah,
I thought you left him back so that you could like triple block my Gear Hulk.
No, I'm probably just taking 4 from the Gear Hulk. Yeah.
12, huh?
12.
Interesting. I actually don't think I'm casting this anymore. I think I'm doing this one.
Oh, another new card. Sweet. You
I don't
get.
think it's that good against you, but it's kind of like
It's good here.
less hard to cast Sin Collector.
No, it's good here. I'll show you in a second.
I'm excited.
So it does mean that I'm forced to show my hand early on what my plan was with this one ring.
Which does change combat math quite a bit.
It matters a lot, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
For you, like knowing that the ring isn't going to be dealing me
like,
too.
If you don't have the ring, then you aren't necessarily obligated to block the Gear Hulk and the Scoos.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's Snare, Pre-War, Steel Overseer, and Bridge. Okay. Play this land.
I've been joined by a cat. Champion has entered the chat. We'll see if he's probably going to pop up on camera in a second.
Do I just muck this Gat style raider so that you have to double block if you want to double block Scoos? Yeah, for sure.
It's worth 2 cards too.
The 2 cards aren't nothing.
Can I just say that Bright Class Gear Hulk looks like absurd in this game?
It's like 8 cards.
Yeah, it's currently like plus 8 cards. And also like it drew the engine to like create the card draw, like in addition to just drawing the Skull Clamp.
Yeah, definitely.
Card looks broken. Obviously, like
I think it's quite strong if you can cast it, and I think in Abzan it's actually like really good because you can get Mother of Runes, Nethergoyf. Like, there's just a bunch of like flexible cards that you already want to play that you can get.
Yep.
I believe
Bring the copter.
I believe my hand is not currently capable of winning the game, and I need to improve it. And I wish I had attacked. I would be happier if I had attacked in this spot, and you were just at 14. Okay?
Of course, yeah.
But I would like to loot. Interesting. That's probably not it, but it's a neat one for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna bin this Razor Verge Bridge. Your speed, it increases. Have you seen this on MTGO yet? The speed.
I haven't seen it on Moto, but I've been playing a lot of
Arena
drafts on Arena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna eat this thing now. I get the creature, the extra creature rather.
I have outs, but they're not good. Wow, Nethergoyf, a shockingly small size, given that I'm playing a bunch of artifacts.
Eating my own graveyard. Get more cats.
It's a reasonable trade, I think. Okay. Do I have any outs? How can I win the game? Well, I'll play this land. That's fine. That's happening either way. So I have the Perilous Snare and take something out. It's definitely, if I'm pointing that at something, it's being pointed at the Scavenging Ooze. You have like basically infinite cards in hand, which obviously is a problem. Okay, I think I'm gonna cast the Snare. I will also start my engine, so we both have to track speed.
Wow.
So I get to take out the Gear Hall or the
fast.
Going so fast, yeah. And then if I block the Nethergoyf, the Gear Hulk, and even that, I'm still alive. So I could block just...
If I have nothing, you can double block your Hulk and block Nethergoyf and take 5.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a winning line, but it's the line I'm gonna take. Oh, I think Man, sacking treasure for mana is always a harrowing experience. It just like doesn't end up in your pool some amount of the time, and you're like, what's going on?
Oh, the Aether Spark.
Yeah, just hard cast. And this is where I think if you were at 15 instead of 18,
it's like maybe there's some doable stuff.
The math it starts to look a lot more doable. As
Oh, I
is,
see what your game plan is here. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's very low percentage, but because I'm putting myself dead to a removal spell, but I think I'm just dead to a removal spell anyway.
Yeah,
So
I don't think you're beating a single removal spell for what
yes,
it's worth.
yeah, exactly. And
Which I have.
yeah, I mean, this is not shocking.
Yeah.
Bitter Triumph. All right, you got it. And now,
I
yeah,
have exactly lethal.
I'm dead to the creatures. Yeah, so the the draw that I have there is to draw one of the 3 power buffer equipments. So if I draw Nettle Cyst,
Oh,
Omni
yeah.
Tool, or Cranial Plating, you are dead.
Yeah.
I think. I think I have enough attackers there, but maybe not. Yeah, that hand was slow, although you assembled like a absurd value engine too. I was sort of looking at my hand. My hand was going to be able to go like Inquisition on 2, on 3 either cycle for an artifact land or do something that I draw, and then on 4 play the One Ring, and then I knew that like on turn 5 I was going to get to have like a very strong kind of like pop off turn.
Totally.
Um
Yeah.
and I figured maybe the Inquisition is enough to keep me stable to make it to that turn, but the Bright Class Gearhulk getting like such a crazy value engine was just too strong. Okay, I'm gonna deafen. Okay, so this is an easy mulligan. We're back on the play. This is another easy mulligan. Yeah, unfortunate, but I have good 5s. Okay, yeah, so like this is one of them. This one could be good, so I'll keep. I think I'm gonna bottom the Psy, and I think I'll bottom the Karn, and I'll hope that maybe the Etched Champion could keep me alive. If I draw a land, my entire game plan here is pretty dependent on drawing a land, like ideally this next turn, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping this hand. Gonna try and hit this on turn 2, I suppose. Uh, I guess I get to surveil, which makes it more likely. I haven't gotten to tell Liam yet that I looked at a land and then looked at a 4-drop and then looked at a land and then looked at a 4-drop.
Hello, hi. I mulliganed to 5. It's not quite the 5 I had in that other match, but it's okay.
Mox is pretty nice when you mulligan to 5. Like, that mana advantage can help make it so that you don't feel
As crushed. Oh my god, get this Chromox out of your hand!
Chromox is always me. I never leave home without it.
I mean, I guess I'm happier if you'd have Chromox than just actual Mox, but... Yep. Yep, Chromox, Elf. Yep. Just have 4 mana on turn 2. Go off, King.
I just was telling the audience, I forgot to tell you. So I went flip land with Dark Confidant, draw 4-drop. Flip land with Dark Confidant, draw 4-drop. And the 4-drops I drew were Bright Glass Gearhulk and Seasoned Dungeoneer.
Oh my god. Yeah, didn't even have to play.
Oh, I forgot to end step.
Got him. Finally.
You actually outplayed me.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Yeah. Ooh, Cradle. That's scary.
Do you have it? Do you have the thing? No. I guess you're not playing Force of Will or anything, right?
No, I have exactly 1 counterspell in my deck, and it's
the Metallic Rebuke. Right?
Yeah, I just have Rebuke. Yeah, this was an unfortunate mulligan for sure. If I had drawn a land on turn 2, this would be an interesting game, but I think even if I draw one now, it's gonna be tough. I mean, I have a play, at least, but...
Oh!
Hello! Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. It's not terrible. Yeah, but...
And it makes me feel like a fool for getting rid of this Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah.
I guess I do get to take back the initiative if I want to sacrifice my Findhorn Elves, so like that's not a...
Yeah, it's not nothing, but...
Not the worst, but...
I kind of think that if we're playing... Like, I think that the initiative game does not favor me, given that I started so far behind on cards and you've got Cradle going. Like it's just
Yeah,
not gonna be a thing I'm able to fight very well. We'll see though. I'm
what does
battling.
this do? Oh, with man. Oh, okay. I'm casting a new card.
Heck yeah. The new cards have looked good in your
And
deck.
I'm not casting a new card.
Oh, you're cycling it. Nice. Brutal. Yeah, that's really backbreaking.
That's like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, well,
cycle.
I guess I'm gonna sack this elf to gain the initiative back.
Do you think there's any consideration for just attacking with Undermountain and forcing me to choose between keeping my Undermountain and that way you get to keep your elf for Cradle? Because you have Exalted, right?
Yeah,
Because like this way I get to take a mana off your board and 2 mana off your board. And the other way, like I guess it's kind of awkward. You don't want to give me choices when you don't have to, but
I think based on the context of my hand, the
Fair enough.
the elf matters 0 right now, but the like
Mhm.
possibility of not taking the initiative back matters like a lot.
Way more. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's kind of where I'm at.
Yep. No, that makes sense. And I guess also getting to Forge means that like your blocks start looking a lot better.
Yeah, like it's gonna be really hard for you to push through this, which means next turn I'm gonna trap you, and all of a sudden like
Mm-hmm.
you're in the abyss basically, right?
Mm-hmm. What was that about trapping me?
No.
You've had Chrome Box and I've had the One Ring. These are
I
our.
guess. Do I want your Shadow Sphere in your deck? I don't think so.
Oh, you're endurancing maybe.
Well, I have Endurance in hand, yeah, but like,
Yeah.
there's no point in putting Shadow Sphere in your. That's actually like one of the best cards in this situation because like one of the best ways you get out of this is going like make multiple constructs start hitting you with Shadow Sphere constructs, right? Like,
Yep.
something that is
Totally.
actually impossible to race.
Yeah.
I could have done this, but you know, who cares?
Oh, yeah.
You have 2 more mana.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
the automaton.
deciding which 2-drop to play. I think I sequenced wrong here. I probably should have played this before the One Ring, but here we are. Yep.
It is what it is.
Yep. Are you gonna shuffle your graveyard?
I do want to draw Web Strike Elite, but I don't want to draw the other 2, so no, I'm not going to.
Not worth it.
Doesn't seem good.
Now the question is, are you gonna trap yourself or are you gonna goad me?
I guess I can't trap you.
No.
I'm gonna goad you.
Yeah.
Goading seems quite strong here too. I guess you can tap that guy, but
Yeah, I would have goaded the automaton.
well, I had to pay for the automaton if I goad it, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, you could have just let it fizzle, I guess.
That's true. Yeah.
But forcing me to tap it is probably not terrible. Like, ooh, okay, yeah. This is that's gonna be a 7/7 pretty quickly. Okay, the One Ring was one of the cards in my head that could dig me out of a mulligan to 5, but I am definitely under a substantial amount of duress.
So I think I'm supposed to do this now because this game like gives him access to a lot of cards. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I could have decayed your jet last turn, but I decided against it because I felt like my pressure was pretty overwhelming. And then you played the ring, and I was like, I should have.
And you were like,
The cat has entered the chat. Champion, are you? Must you? He's like just out of frame on my webcam too, so like people aren't gonna believe that he's here. He's like fake cat.
Campione.
There we go. Yeah, there's the cat tail.
He's elusive.
Well, he's not really. You'll probably hear him on the microphone. Okay, well, I'm gonna draw cards. I don't see a way out that doesn't involve drawing cards. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you have to draw cards because I'm gonna be attacking you with like 14 power or something
many creatures. Yes, exactly. So I drew some good ones actually. The Shadow Spear was a big part of my plan. I will be honest with you. But okay.
Pretty impressed with that Web Strike Elite. 'Cause, like, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah,
That felt really good.
Yeah,
Like,
having it on a cycle
versatility.
too is so nice, where you're like
Oh
plus cards
yeah,
out of the deal.
and it's uncounterable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is the way.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, Sai really good.
Fly really good. It's an out to the ring, which is like huge.
Definitely.
And I'm also going to cast this one. Start
Ooh,
getting my
Omnitool.
yeah, start getting my thop on, and
You thopped.
you can hear champion, I assume.
Oh, I definitely heard champion. We'll
And
see here.
now Omni Tool represents like a pretty scary attacker for me too, which is not nothing. But yeah, still definitely in trouble. This cradle is doing so much work.
Oh yeah, being able to instantly turn my Keynote into a 7/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
Instant. Artifact. Creature.
The fact you had the removal for my Shadow Spear is tough too, because that's like the other way that I had to play through my ring was to just like Shadow Spear with a
Yeah,
large
like you
creature.
equip Omnitool, equip Shadow Spear, and then like
Yeah, and then it's like
pairs.
what one ring damage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right. Let's see
Oh,
what
it
it can
gets
do here.
trample. Whoops. Okay, I should have played differently.
I didn't
Small.
know it gets trample for what it's worth.
No, it's okay. I haven't played against this card enough yet.
Is a card worth as much as a 4/1 menace? I think the 4/1 menace is actually better.
It might be, yeah. Champion, can you stop
Just
being a
like
terror, bud?
apply pressure.
Man, this is the first time we've been filming and he's really come and just been in full terror mode.
Minnow was terrorizing me earlier, so I feel you.
Minnow is like 8 months old. That makes more
Wow,
sense.
that was the actual stone cold nuts best draw in my deck.
Really?
Yeah. So let's start off with this.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
That wasn't the one you drew that was the best draw in your deck?
No, I'm playing that one next.
Does this enter untapped? No, right?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, I'm trolling.
It does not?
No, it does enter untapped, but I've sequenced wrong.
Oh, exciting. Good news for me.
Actually, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Okay.
Pew pew. That was
Oh,
the one I drew.
that was the one you drew. That was very good. I see. Yep. I'm just trying to decide if I have to sacrifice my one ring. I think I can't. I think I need it. That's a massive problem. Jeez.
Yeah.
Champion, can you please move, buddy?
The Psy was like your best way of getting
Back in the game, yeah, because I could actually like use.
Well, if you make
tokens.
enough buffers, you equip your Omni tool, and like my Key Knight actually can't get through, right?
Well, so spoiler alert: your Keen-Eyed is not living through this turn.
No.
I
gained 7 though.
Yeah. I'm not gonna block because I want to take back the initiative. But
maybe I should have left endurance back just in case.
I think this is all too little, too late. Unfortunately, the removal spell on the size.
I'm pretty far ahead.
Oh my god! And I got Underground Sea instead of Undercity Sewers. All right.
No, it's okay because you're just gonna draw a good one.
Here's hoping.
You didn't need to surveil. You just kept it on top.
I would have surveilled this one to the bin. Okay, well, I got a draw here.
Yeah. This game's been pretty interesting, though.
It has, for sure. Oh.
For a mold of 5 from you, right?
Yep. No, it's definitely been sweet. All right. Well, that's this one.
I think
in
a bunch of our games, we've shown the power of the ring from your deck as well, because, like, your ring turns are, like, really explosive the following turn.
Yeah,
like,
the ring turns have definitely been crazy good. Okay, so... hit you for 9.
No. Become immense berserk.
Yeah, if only. That would be sweet. Okay. Oh, there's the plating.
Oh wow.
If only I could put it into play at its speed. It's like almost lethal. Um,
And it means you've got me next turn, technically, if you live, right?
yeah, but
And I
I'm
don't
dying to my ring, unfortunately.
Oh, that's right.
So I guess I'm getting my get this guide light synergist, get more value for showing off Aetherdrift cards.
Oh, I understand.
Champion
This
buddy,
card is
you had
sick.
dinner. I don't know why you're so
Card's like a
upset.
4-mana 8/4 flyer.
Yeah, it's great. Card's very good. Okay, venturing into the Undercity, attempting to do the right thing because I have a cat who is trying to jump up on top of my computer and turn it off in the middle of our recording. Not kidding. That's a thing.
Earlier.
Yeah, that's a thing he would do.
I was in the middle of a draft and Minnow turned my computer off, and it was a live draft.
Yeah.
So I just like missed most of pack 2. It's the price you pay, though.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Well, you're drawing another good one, unfortunately. It was too much to ask for you to draw a land that wasn't Boseiju at some point in this game.
And I'm drawing another good one.
You are, yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I love that this deck gets to play Etch Champion too.
So this was my plan. So I actually had this in my hand from the start of the game. And if I draw a land on turn 2, I get to go turn 1, play like Artifact plus Mox plus Shadow Spirit. Turn 2, play champion with protection. And then like I don't know, an Etch Champion with a Shadow Spirit. Yeah, like maybe that's enough to stabilize me to the ring, which was the 5th card in my hand, but I didn't hit the land, so yeah, I think this was a game where I was like one kind of like turn off of being able to stabilize
from making it like really. I mean, this is still pretty competitive, but you're right. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna die to my One Ring, so yeah, you drew a good one, right? Yes, yeah, you can just attack,
and you die to your One Ring.
Yeah, I'm dead a million ways.
I'm not out here like. Still had all these using you.
Right. Well, fortunately, I know which one you had because I saw the stuff.
Fortunate for me to still had all these you.
Oh God. Champion, sweetheart, it's okay. You're fine.
Awesome.
I'm dead.
Well,
I think it's a good showing for both decks, honestly. Like we had 5. We probably won't show the 6th game like of the other match we started, just because who knows how that match would finish. But we had like a first match where there was like one like kind of non-competitive game. Like the second game was like medium non-competitive, but the first game was like very cool. And even the second game, like your deck just did something powerful. Like that's the nature of Highlander.
I think the matchup's actually closer than it looks based on like the games that we've played. Like I drew a lot of Moxen, which I think is like really critical from my perspective for me to do, because like you actually can come out of the gate really, really fast. And if you don't come out of the gate fast, you have a lot of really good inevitability that is very tall, like in your current constructs and stuff. So and all your equipment.
The equipment's really good. Stuff like Kappa Cannoneers also like represents these like very hard to interact with inevitable threats. Yeah, so like I don't know, like yeah, the final score of that I guess is 4-1, 5-1 if you're counting the game that Trent won in the first match that we mucked.
Okay, like, we don't have to count it.
But I think that's a cool showing for both these decks, and the way we'll cut it together, people will see everything, which is cool. If you want to see more of either of these decks in maybe a video with just the user's audio, let us know what you prefer, by the way, since you, the viewer, have made it all the way to the end of this video. Do you prefer these kinds of open comm style videos where we're chatting and maybe I can cut a little bit, but the editing time for 2 perspectives is quite long, so I won't be able to do it as much of as the deck challenges? But do you prefer these style, even if they're maybe not quite as edited, and so you don't get quite as much insight into individual lines, or do you prefer the videos that are mostly from one perspective and we just talk in between games? Please let us know. We've been really curious.
Yeah, we're happy to do either. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
And we'll probably continue to do both styles. But yeah, we were very interested in what people want to see.
Yeah.
And making sure that the intersection of what we want to play also intersects with what people are looking to view. So
100%.
We do appreciate the feedback.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we'll sign off. Thanks so much for watching the video. We as you always, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what's going on, what you want to see, what decks you might want us to play. Tell us your favorite Aetherdrift card for Canadian Highlander. We played like 14 of them in this match, which I think, like,
Yeah.
pat on the back to us. That's hard to do with a standard
I
set.
played 4 and you played 12. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I got to play all of the ones I put in my deck, but I played a lot of them. Yeah.
And then yeah, get in the comments. We love interacting with people, and maybe you can tell me which of my mock straws was your favorite.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, cool. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.